Just sit down now.
Sit down now. Just sit down now.
You gotta made it like 1,200 times now.
Yeah, that was a minute, right?
Yeah, that was a minute.
It's not 30 seconds.
Yeah.
A minute and a half.
I saw you whispering.
Bro, yeah, I did time.
It messes with your brain.
Yeah.
Because if I put it here, you're gonna gauge yourself. You're gonna pace yourself.
Right.
It's cheating. You can't gauge yourself in a tournament.
Yeah.
If you're out of gas, your opponent is out of gas. It's who wants to
Sign
right? You can practice that here, because you know your limit here. If you know your limit, if you already know or have an idea of where you can, like how far you can go. If you're in a tournament and you feel like you're kind of happy, you're like, okay, I'm halfway there. Okay, we're okay. Man, it's like training is supposed to be way harder than a tournament. What, in a tournament, what, 4 matches, 3 matches? It's just errors, right? People just make mistakes, they get caught, or they get scored on, and they're not sure because they don't practice. When you're stuck in side control and there's only 30 seconds, a minute left, some guys just try to like be technical. Like if you need to go, you need to go. It doesn't have to be pretty. Like if you really want it, if you really want to win, it doesn't have to be pretty. Just find a way. Start pushing on like, I don't know, start pushing on the neck or like make space. And it's not pretty, right? It's never pretty, right? It's just there's intensity, and then you can put some technique behind it. You're golden.
We have a saying in Russian, right? So легко в учении, легко в бою. It's like hard in learning, easy in the fight.
So yeah, man, that's why I try to put you guys through this type of training and just like hard. You need to dig deep, because this training session, it's not to teach you technique. It's when to apply the right technique at the right time when it's down to the wire, right? Because once you're in a situation, you only have 1 or 2 really, really good techniques from that position. When you're rolling in class, you can, okay, I'll try this, I'll try what we learned last week. Well, in a tournament, you can't try things. You have to be like, boom, 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 boom. Get up right away, right when you sweep, get into the pass that you want right away, boom. And then when you get into side control or mount, that's when you can chill a bit. Just a bit, not too much, right? Put the pressure down, pressure down. Now you're not using too much of your energy because you're just using gravity and your weight. Now you start to work on that finish while pinning them, just being on top of them like a wet blanket. It's miserable, right? So hopefully you guys like that training.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's the first time. Yeah, like the interval, 30 seconds.
the first one. Yeah, how's that?
That's why like, the first 3 minutes is pretty chill. So like, okay, just drill your takedowns that you like, 1 or 2, that's it. Like really getting those reps in, and like the setup, it's always the setup. You could have 10 great takedowns, 0 setup, it's not gonna happen. If you have 1 great takedown, say 4, 3 setups for that, and like you drilled it to the T, it's like boom, you see, like you know how to pull your partner to make them step this way so you can hit it, and if they defend it, you have a counter to that one because you've been drilling that same one for past 3 weeks, 3 months, right? So it's like combinations, right? Yeah, man. That's why I don't get like jiu-jitsu guys don't like do the drilling where like walking around, right? Because wrestlers do it. Wrestlers, when they drill, it doesn't look like drilling. It's like they're sparring because the guy's somewhat resistant. Like you guys are wrestling, boom, right? But then they let their partners hit it, like boom. I mean, pause.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Judoka,
Good check.
right? Judoka, Jxshuv,
I'll edit that out.
and you go for a throw. Jxshuv, make the move, and then you throw. Jiu-jitsu guys, we're just like, ha!
Oh, that's how we hit it.
No, we don't let them make it
But then again, you want to be that.
You don't. I do.
You want to separate yourself. I want to separate myself from like the other guys. That's like in my weight class, a lot of people, it's whoever pulls guard first. And like, yeah, it wins tournaments and but I want to stand up and work my takedown and try to stay on top. I get black belts. Because once I step on the competition mats, I could end up fighting a 30 degree, 50 degree black belt, whatever, right? So for me, it's just like, okay, just get my reps in, be ahead. Don't watch them do what they want to do. Oh, he's a 3rd degree, I'm gonna watch him.
Thank you.
I'll see you there. I'm gonna get changed too. sorry. There's like a lot of elbows and knees and shins.
Oh, that's the one, man.
Sorry. Him too. Yesterday I was rolling with him, and then I was stacking, like I was leg dragging, and he would invert, and I would feel my knee bounce off of his face multiple times.
Yeah, I was
And
thinking.
I'm just like, I'm looking at Josh. I'm like, oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry.
See, I was thinking, I was like, he doesn't like me anymore.
I'm looking at you. I'm like, man, don't let me do this. And it's like I feel it bounce, like my knee. I feel something hit my knee and bounce off. And I was like, man, oh my gosh, I don't. Oh, keep
We used to
me-
roll with Megan, so.
Yeah. Megan conditioned me.
Megan's like.
Yeah.